Hi guys, Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA, on fire. It's what, 8:49 a.m. 52 top up degrees. It's cold and damp. To me, it's cold. And I see a lot of people this would be weather they would look forward to. You understand? But in Central Texas, USA, we consider this cold. Okay, that's terrible, isn't it? But you get used to what you get used to, right? But anyway, what are we going to talk about this morning? Well, while I'm driving, camping in New Mexico. Okay, since I know a little bit about that, not a lot, but some, more than any other state. I'm familiar with New Mexico. Why? Because it's the most convenient state for me to get out of Texas and get up in some elevations where it's cool in the summer. So that's where I went most of the time and still do, and I probably will. You know, as far as going to Montana and all that stuff, I did that years ago, and I'm sure it hadn't changed a whole lot. But, you know, whenever I leave Texas, my usual route is to go out through RV'ING, Texas, which is a little town off Interstate 10, and stay at the city park because it's about 200 miles from my home base in Central Texas. And that's the first leg of the journey, getting out of Texas. And then from RV'ING, I head up to either Guadalupe Mountains National Park, or I go on over to Carlsbad and stay at a Bureau of Land Management, some public land for free. I can stay at Guadalupe Mountains as a senior with my senior pass for $3.50 a night. So it's not the money that makes me go either direction, it's just which way I choose to go at that moment. If it's in the summertime when I leave Texas, say June, then I can go up into Cloudcroft and dry camp in the forest, Lincoln National Forest, around, I think it's the Lincoln National Forest, around Cloudcroft, and it's very cool there in the summer, I promise you that. Even in July and August, it'll get down into the 40s at night. So anyway, that's kind of the first leg or so of my journey, getting out of Texas. And so once I'm in New Mexico, and usually what I'm looking for now, for the past 10 years anyway, is just a place to go and get out of the Texas heat. I'm not so much, you know, traveling. I mean, I do enjoy seeing beautiful scenery, and sometimes I'll go up into the Four Corners area, up into Utah and northern Arizona and so forth, because there are some beautiful places there. Again, for you new guys, we're on Park Road 4, and just to get my little ad in right quick, for those of you that use the Amazon link, thank you very much. I'm an Amazon affiliate for you new guys, and I put a link to Amazon products in every description of every video now. If you use the link, go to Amazon and buy anything, I get a little commission, and it helps. Thank you very much. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, of course, and that's the way that goes. And I've said, back to New Mexico. So, the boondocking place or dry camping place near Carlsbad, New Mexico, is just a little north of, I think, Carlsbad Caverns before you get to before you get to Carlsbad. There's a little road you turn left on, go down about a mile. It's a good road, and then you turn right off that road and go down about, oh, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile or so. And on the right-hand side, there's a few campsites. Usually there's very few people there, and it's just flat land, no trees, no nothing, no brush, just flat. And if it's breezy, you'll have to be sure you get yourself in a position so that the dust doesn't blow over your RV when somebody. Well, that road is hard to use. It dead ends at a gate that goes onto a ranch. And I stayed there, I don't know, 3 times. I've never seen a car or anybody go through that gate, so it's certainly not a busy road. But where else, you know, from there, you know, it depends. Of course, you know, I mentioned going up into Cloudcroft area. That's really high in the elevations, and that's good for July, August, for sure. June, a little cold, really, for me. Then around Alamogordo, of course, you've got, I think it's called Oliver Lee State Park, which is okay. It's just a small state park, nothing there. You know, there's a little underground river there. You got some hiking and so forth, but not much. So it doesn't attract many people. So it's really never very crowded. They've got water, electric, and a dump station at some sites. And I usually just dry camp when I'm there. And I think it costs me, without the New Mexico State Park pass, it's $10 a night. If you have the pass, the annual pass that you pay $225 a year for, you can camp there, dry camp for free. Dry camp and tent camping is free if you have the annual pass. And so if you're going to do that, get the annual pass, and you've paid for a year's worth of camping in New Mexico. It's a hell of a deal, and everybody knows it, and that's why their parks are crowded year-round. Where else? From Alamogordo, you know, from Oliver Lee, there's another place that I've gone a few times. Y'all surely remember it. It's called the Gear Springs, and it's on the way from Alamogordo to Las Cruces. Turn off to the left and go out a few miles. It's up in the elevation. It's about, I'm going to say, close to between 6,500 and 7,000 feet. A nice place to be, particularly May, June, July, August, September, October, probably. It's good for several months because it's not that high up in the elevations. Pretty good climate there. You got excellent cell phone reception. You got good cell phone reception at Oliver Lee State Park too, up in the Lincoln forest around Cloudcroft. You know, 50-50. You know, sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't at all. It just depends on where you are on the mountains. As far as Carlsbad, the BLM I mentioned, you have a good cell signal there. At Guadalupe Mountains, cell signal really iffy. They have Wi-Fi at the headquarters, but it's really slow. And that's the way most of the state parks and national parks are. You know, they'll tell you they have Wi-Fi available, and it's 1 foot from the park headquarters. After that, it's 0. And if it gets busy, then you're not going to get. You might as well not have it. And then, of course, I mentioned Gear Springs got good Verizon signal. And of course, all these signals I mentioned are Verizon. I do carry an AT&T phone with a small amount of data on it when I go, just in case. And I mean, I could go without cell phone service, but I just choose not to now, and for the past few years, because it's a form of entertainment. And of course, I do videos, and you know, I like to keep up with comments and stuff because it, I don't know, it just makes my life full. Kind of, you know, rounds out the circle. And where else in New Mexico? There's a lot of places. You know, City of Rocks is okay. That's north of Deming, going towards Silver City. It can be a little crowded though, so if you don't have reservations, good luck. They also have another park, state park near Deming. What is it called? Let me think. Can't think of the name of it, but anyway, it's okay. It's a small park, not much going on there. It's a place where people go hunting from rocks. In fact, I think it's called Rockhound State Park. And a lot of people go there hunting for rocks. If you're into rocks, that's a good place to go. And of course, around Silver City, you know, they've got some RV parks. I've stayed at one of those there called Manzano's. It's pretty good by the month. And also, you can go over to Gila. It's G-I-L-A, but it's pronounced in Spanish Gila. Gila Cliff Dwellings, north of Silver City. It's in the Gila National Forest. I worked there as a volunteer for a few months, about 4 years ago, and it's a nice place. They have, you know, some free camping there. You know, dry camping. They don't have any hookups. As far as cell signal or Wi-Fi, good luck with that. It ain't gonna happen. What else? You know, then you got Daddle Wells, which is on farther north of Gila Cliff Dwellings, but you know, you can't go drive north from Gila Cliff Dwellings. Well, there might be a dirt road, I'm not aware of it, but you know, you had to kind of loop back around through Silver City and then go back up north to get to a Gear Springs, not a Gear Springs, but Daddle Wells. It's a BLM site. Costs you $2 a night if you're a senior, $4 a night if you're not. It's all dry camping, no hookups. They do have water there. You go get it, and some little potty thing, or outdoor toilet things, whatever they call them. And yeah, that's a neat place. Good elevation for the summer. Not busy. There's a little town. There's a little grocery store in the little community of Daddle Wells, but it's just not much there. You can get gasoline, but it's going to be a little pricey. Then you can go not far, about 10 miles or so, to a little town called Pie Town. Pie Town is it was named after, they used to have a place there that made pies back when the people were going west many years ago, and that's how it got its name. They still have a little restaurant there, and I think they still make pies. And but they do have pretty good food there. It's a little pricey, of course, because they're out in the middle of nowhere. And they do have Wi-Fi there in Pie Town. It's just like anywhere else, so it's slower than mud. And so, you know, good luck with that. Sometimes, you know, you can get a little signal at Daddle Wells if you have Verizon, but it's not much. And of course, with cell signals now, you know, digital signals, it's all or none. You know, you don't get a little, you get all of it. So, what else? You know, then you can go, you know, you can follow that road, you know, from Daddle Wells through Pie Town right on over into Arizona, and there's some good places to camp right across the border in the forest, national forest, if you're into forests, which are pretty good. That goes on into Arizona, but sticking with New Mexico, there's another place you can go in New Mexico. It's a big rock where people wrote their names as they were going west in the wagons years ago. I can't remember the name of it.